Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the League of Extraordinary Gamers. I'm your host, Tricky One. I've got camera guy Luth Half Key in the background. Say hi. Today we have a sealed brick of Age of Ultron Wave 2. We had our month 3 event today, and I won, and didn't realize that part of winning this was we were actually playing for a brick as well as the High Evolutionary. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this open. I'll cut out all the tape and be back in a moment. Okay guys, we are back. We have all these out of the wrapper. I cut the tape off, but did not actually pull the seal, as you can tell. So we're going to see what all we get. First pack. I can't see. Okay. We have a Luke Cage, a Yellow Jacket, a War Machine, which is a very good piece in this event, a Presence, which can do poison at like 6 range once he's at full stacks, and we got the bagged figure, the Spider Drone, which is actually really cool. I just like the sculpt. I don't know if he's any good or not. He's only 50 points, but the sculpt is pretty sick. We're going to open up these. We have noticed, unlike in Wave 1, the Wave 2 ID cards do not come on like the sides like we're used to. They actually are stuck in between the figures, or in between the figure cards. So... and okay, we did not get an ID card. So, I don't want to call it a dud pack, but no high rarity or ID card. But in sealed, that would actually be a really good pack.
2 uncommons and a rare.
Yep. Oh. Okay, here's yet another no high rarity, but really good during the event. We have Machine Team, who actually, on his last 2 clicks, can Pulse Wave, and after he does, he can either choose that it doesn't hit any friendlies, or it'll hit everyone for like 2 or 3. But afterwards, he takes 2 damage and kills himself. It's called Self-Sacrifice or Self-Destruct. Here we have another Ultron Drone, another gold one. We have a Captain America with the PD team ability, and he has the movement attack, which is basically hypersonic, but he doesn't -2, which is really cool. Those of you who have seen the movie, we have our Scott Lang Ant-Man. Pretty cool power. When anyone does a range attack and he's next to them, he gets to ride on that range attack and be dropped right next to them. It's called Riding on Hawkeye's Arrow. And then we have another Presence. Let's see if we got an ID card in this pack. I found it's honestly just easier to cut these sometimes. And nope, no ID cards, but that's okay. So far we've only gotten 1 duplicate out of 2 things that didn't have any like high rarities. So now there was a chase pooled at the event, so there may not be a chase in this brick. A really good friend of mine, Jen, actually pulled the 6-armed Age of Ultron. Uh-oh. We got something good. Let's see. We have Iron Fist, Tigra, however you want to pronounce it. We have a modern Mockingbird, which is actually really useful. She was part of my team today. We have the Ultron 14. He's kind of big and bulky. And then our bagged figure is the rare Ultron 6, who does actually come with a drone mode. And I see we got an ID card. The Jessica Jones ID card, so that's awesome. That's actually one of the rare IDs from this set. So Now we're getting somewhere. Let's see. Depending, we may have to do a little editing. I don't know if y'all saw the code on this, or I will redeem it before this video gets uploaded, so I'm not that worried about it. But the inspiration effect, Luther kind of tell me if I need to move it in or out or whatever. Okay. Opponents can't use outwit. That is pretty powerful for a turn. And then, of course, we have our Ultron 6 drone mode. So the reason this Ultron is so good is he can use running shot and flight and ignores characters. When he's done with running shot, after actions resolve, you can place each other character that he moved through in a square adjacent to where they are. It's like jet propulsion, so he like grabs them and scoots them up one as he's running in. Which is really cool. And he can pulse wave, and after he hits, after actions, you can place him adjacent to the hit character and give him a +2 to his defense. So he uses it to like get in there on them. Mockingbird is another shield piece. We're going to get a ton of that in the next set. But that shield team ability, hands down, is why I won my month. So there is one ID card so far. Let's see what else we get. Okay. So this time we have a Luke Cage, White Tiger, Yellow Jacket again, War Machine again, and Jewel. She's actually a really good support piece, 65 or 25. And if you play her at the 25, she's got outwit and stealth, so it's pretty handy. Luther knows all about that. He ran her today, actually.
I did.
No ID card. We're halfway done after this pack. Still no supers or chase, but that's okay. I spoke too soon. Okay, we got all kinds of baggies and stuff going on in here. So let's pull these guys out. Our non-baggied, we got our Luke Cage, our Tigra, and another Yellow Jacket. I actually really like that Yellow Jacket. He has Perplex and Shape Change. So and of course the Hank Pym Morph ability, which is always really nice. We got another one of our Spider Drones. And our first super rare of the brick is actually a really good one. Ultron Future. Check that guy out. He's got all kinds of energy stuff all around him. He's either 270 or 200 even. And of course, as all of the really good ones, comes with a drone. Let's see why he's so good. I've heard it has to do with Pulse Wave. Jennifer, the one that pulled the chase, also pulled one of him. Let's see. And no ID card. It says Vibranium Shield. So as a trait, he has ESD and Imperv. So that's kind of great. Traded +2 to defense from range and can roll off everything. And when he rolls a 5 or 6, the attacker takes 1. So if he ignores all damage, you're taking 1 for trying. Start sidestep, and then he gets, later on, free action. Choose an opposing character. That character's player chooses. Deal them 2 unavoidable and deal Ultron 1, or heal Ultron 1. That's kind of crazy. Pulse Wave and Poison, all kinds of stuff. And then he gets Obliteration Beam as his damage. Give him a power action and choose a direction. When you do, Ultron can use ignores characters for line of sight and makes ranged combat attack with an area of effect, including any character in range and line of fire, dealing 3 penetrating to every hit character. Kind of sounds like I know there's a Blue Eyes White Dragon that does that, and the Thousand Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! Both do that. Okay. Oh, we got a super rare. Let's set him off to the side real quick. Got another Mockingbird, a Machine Team, another drone, and a Captain America again. And our super rare is actually very excited to pull him because I have multiple now, but he's really good with the Hank Pym box set. He's another morph ability. We have our Giant Man, who I'm just going to set here because he's probably pretty big on the camera.
He's pretty big.
I love how they did this though. You have like the big full Giant Man and like the shrinking effect or growing effect technically. And now we have two.
I pulled one from my packs.
And I love his trait. He's got, of course, the morph effect, but then he's got stand tall next to Hulk and Thor. If another friendly character with the Avengers keyword and a damage of 4 or more hits an opponent, he can make a close combat attack as a free action this turn. So basically, if any of your big hitters or Avengers hit for 4, he's going to get to hit for free. So that's pretty great. So he could charge in, do that, and it doesn't say it's immediate, so you can kind of save it for whittling people down. Top dial, he's got Outwit with 4 damage too, so he can make sure that he hits, and he hits hard. So that's pretty great. Four packs left to go. Let's see, I'm hoping we get at least 2 more ID cards, and at least another super, if not a chase. Ask and you will receive. We got an ID card. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm not going to pull him out of the bag again. It's another spider drone. We did get some new stuff, though. We got a Tigra, a Ultron drone, a Thor that is able to pull out a Jane Foster bystander, and a Kilma, which is basically like the mother of the Ultrons. She lets anyone with Ultron or herself, when she sidesteps, sidestep for 3 instead of 2. Which is really cool. And we'll pull out the ID card. Ironically, as I said, ID cards come in the middle. Every one of these has actually come on the side. So we have the Spectrum ID card. And her inspiration is modified damage by +1 when making a ranged combat attack. That's a pretty useful. It's a kind of weaker version of Iron Man's. There you can see the pog that he's able to pop out. Three packs to go. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. That's actually one of the pieces I was wanting most out of this set. So, we have the Spider-Man family going on. Any of you that watched the cartoon, you got Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and White Tiger, which Spider-Man's actually the leader of their little group. Then you've got the Scott Lang Ant-Man, and then you have the Iron Man 2020. This piece is a monster. I'll pop that out real quick. Now, I have noticed a lot of the heavy hitter Avengers in this set all have traded ESD. For Thor, it's not actually traded, but it's Invuln and ESD as his defense power. War Machine has Imperv top dial and has traded ESD. This Iron Man has traded ESD. I actually had to go against this thing in the finals, and I barely was able to win. Let's see. His traits are Advanced Weapons and Shielding. He has ESD and Force Blast traded. So if you do get close, he can hit you away. And Warfare. Once per turn, when he KOs an opponent's character, after actions dissolve, he can make a close or ranged attack as a free action. Fortunately, the guy I was against didn't actually use that effect too much, because I was using the ants, and he killed ants and then didn't make the other attacks. I'm not sure if he just wasn't aware of that he could do it or what. But he has Energy Explosion Pinsai with Prob, so that's really good. Let's see, we do have 2 packs left. Maybe we can get one more super, maybe a chase. Let's see. No, but oh, I was actually wrong with what I said. That was Luke Cage. He's not on the cartoon. This one's on the cartoon. Power Man. But we have Spectrum, Power Man, Scott Lang, Mockingbird, and another Iron Fist. So this pack's kind of a meh pack. But let's see, maybe we got an ID card. That's a little lackluster to be one of the final packs in the set, or in the video, but that's okay. No ID card. And for the last pack, let's see. We have 3 super rares, 2 ID cards. Can we get a 4th super or chase? No, we cannot. So that's a little disappointing. But, hey, it is what it is. We did get a piece we haven't pulled yet. A Wonder Man. We got a Ultron 14 again. Another Power Man. Another Machine Teen. And a White Tiger. And I don't think there's going to be an ID card in this. This does feel pretty flimsy. Okay, no ID card. So this was obviously the weaker brick of the case. No chase, only 2 ID cards. But, I mean, that's okay. After all, I mean, it was a free brick. I really cannot complain about this at all. And I got to show you guys pretty much the entire set. I mean, there's still obviously chase and a couple of supers out there, but we did manage to get the Future Ultron, the Iron Man 2020, and a Giant Man, along with 2 different ID cards. So, after all, I'd say that's pretty good. So, I can kind of go over what all happened to let me be able to win this real quick if you like. If not, you can go ahead and end the video now. I'm just going to go ahead and pull out the team I used, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. So this was the team that I did use. The format was 400 points. I used the round table with a couple of cards, never rolled it, never used it for the round table, so it was completely pointless, so I'm not even going to bother mentioning it. Other than that, obviously. The team I did run was the War Machine. I pulled both him and Thor. Both have the ESD imperv thing going on, but he was just way too versatile not to use. He has a white box on his first 4 or 5 clicks, I believe it is, that actually state that he can use any power listed on his card. And I can't actually get this to pop off, but what ends up happening is he has Penetrating Psychic Blast, Energy Explosion, Pulse Wave, and Precision Strike, 1 click of each on the rest of his dial. So he basically gets to pull in from the armory whatever it is he could use. Now he starts 11, 11, 17, 4, and so what I would do was, this Yellow Jacket starts out with Perplex and Perplex and Shape Change, and I actually ran him at the 50 point. Something interesting to note, every single Yellow Jacket I've seen does not say 100/50 on it. However, the card does say it, as well as on the dial. You can actually see there is 2 start areas. So, what ends up happening is we perplex up his attack to a 12, and we would end up having these 2 next to each other. We would say that he's the target for her shield team ability, giving her a power action, meaning if he's next to her, he'll get +1 to damage. And if he's next to her, he'll get +1 from range passively. Pretty much every good range character in the set, other than maybe the future Ultron, have 7 range. So it's all a matter of who's going to get in hit first. They move up, they would always sit 8 away thinking they were safe. Not thinking he had perplex because it's a white box and not asking, and not realizing shield ability. So we'd give her the power action, and then she has enhancement, Spectrum. So, it's a white box that says empower, enhancement, or willpower. You pick each turn what you want it to be. So we'd go enhancement after giving the power action, run these out about 6 squares away, and then have him running shot after getting perplexed to his full range of 6. Because he's next to both of them, his range gets +1 to an 8, and then he's getting +2 to his damage, so he's hitting for 6. And he's able to pick whether or not he wants Pensai, Energy Explosion, Precision Strike, whatever's best. He has 3 lightning bolts, so if he targets more than one, he gets to use Prob. And then with the Energy Explosion, he's hitting for 3. That's really potent. So between that, just constant combo, and then he's a Hank Pym, so I ran him at 50 points, and I was just constantly morphing out for different ants to kind of keep them tied up. He just dominated. These two worked so well together that just give him that +1 to range. It was enough and carried me all the way through. What we're going to go ahead and do now is we are going to go ahead and compile all of the pieces we pulled, show you how many we got, that way you can kind of see what the distribution is in the brick, and I'll be back after we get all that sorted out. Okay, so here's the breakdown of a brick that does not have a chase in it, at least ours. We got the 2 different ID cards, Jessica Jones and Spectrum. And then for commons, it was really weird. We have 4 Luke Cages, but then 3 of everything else. Iron Fist, White Tiger, Tigra, Mockingbird, Machine Teen, the Ultron Drone, and the Ultron Spider Drone. Like, these commons come in 3s, apparently, when it comes to a brick. Except for him. Gotta screw everything up.
Your mileage may vary.
As for the uncommons, this was really weird because it was completely different than the distribution at our event. But we got 1 Thor, 2 Captain Americas, 3 Yellow Jackets with 3 Ant-Men, so both renditions of Ant-Man, 2 War Machines. There were a ton of War Machines pulled at our event, but then I've heard at another event none were pulled. So once again, mileage may vary. 2 Power Men and 2 Ultron 14s also. Those are all of our uncommons. It's mostly 2s, 1 3 and 1 1. I mean, we were able to pull the full set of commons and uncommons, and we were actually able to pull all of the rares as well. We did manage to pull a, let's see, he is Mr. I actually lost his name, I apologize. Wonder Man, yeah, that's it. And then followed by him, we do have Miss Spectrum. We have Miss Jewel behind her. 2 Presences. 1 Mama Ultron, Akilma. And 1 Ultron 6, with, obviously he came with his drone. And then after that, the next number in the set is actually the Giant Man. He kind of blocked the shot when he was in front, so we had to move him to the back. And then we skip around a little bit, but we do get an Ultron Future and Iron Man 2020. So all in all, 3 supers, the full set of the rest of it. That's not terrible. I mean, we are missing Chase, obviously. We didn't get lucky with that. There are 3 other ID cards. And there is a, I want to say 2 more super rares that we didn't pull. I want to say it's 2 Chase, 5 super. But that's our Wave 2 opening. Stick around later. I'm sure we'll go over some of the other events we've been at. We've been doing the 6 months of a Yu-Gi-Oh event. And all of our other games you see on the channel. Thanks once again for watching.
Peace, guys.